Hello everyone. So today's there is very important topic like SAS. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को जानकारी होनी चाहिए कि SAS क्या होता है और मतलब इट इज अ कॉमन क्वेश्चन बिकॉज इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिमांडेड एंड of course highest paying job in the pharmaceutical industry. So today we have a industry expert with us who is working in the SAS as a SAS programmer. So uh, we are going to today we are going to explore the things how the SAS and how to do the career in this. Okay.
Hi Amit,
Okay.
hi all. So
Yeah.
I'm sharing my screen. Please let
Sure.
me know.
Sure.
Is it visible or not?
Sure.
Can you confirm? Can anyone confirm? My screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So as you know, Amit sir already described like today we are going to discuss about the SAS. So before that, let me introduce myself. Uh, I'm Poonam Raghuvanshi and 10 plus year experience in clinical domain. I'm global SAS certified and also have done MSc biotechnology and MBA in marketing. I have a good knowledge about base SAS, advanced SAS and clinical SAS like SGTM, ADAM and TLF and LSH. And apart from that, Tosca, DMW and Macumba, I have good knowledge about these tools. So here I'm going to discuss about the SAS. These topic I'm going to cover in SAS today's session, like what is SAS and what do you understand about base SAS, advanced SAS, and what exact pay you will get if you are fresher or experienced. Experience can be in same domain or can be different domain, so we'll discuss one by one. And also like where you can apply after this course. If you completed your course, then where you can apply and type of certification and how to search a job. And with apart from that, like which are the different field, or also what challenges you will face in job and interview round. Let me start from beginning, like what is SAS, right? So as you know, the SAS is software in that is fourth generation programming language. It means like that the full form is a statistical analysis system, or we can say statistical analysis software. And this is the data analytic tool. Data means any information, so we are analyzing the data by this tool, so that is a data analytic tool. So by the SAS software, we are analyzing the data. Data can be different, like a data can be clinical data, that can be banking data, that can be insurance data. The data can be different. It works as a data analytic tool. If we talk about the history of SAS, so SAS is developed in 1966 by the North Carolina State University. So here I'm not going to tell about the more about the SAS history. So what exactly it does? So SAS, by the help of the SAS software, you can do the manipulation in data. So in that case, it's like you can mine the data. Mine means we can say if we are getting the raw data, by the help of the raw data, we have to find out, we have to analyze the pattern of the data according to our requirement, according to client requirement. So for that, like if alter is required and data management, like there's a multiple statistic is there, like a mean, median, mode, we have to calculate that data according to our requirement and retrieve the data from different sources. For example, if we are getting the data from Excel library, if we are getting the data from Oracle, we are getting the data from different source, so we can also retrieve the data from different sources also. And once we retrieve the data, post that we can perform the statistic analysis. So here we are saying the statistic analysis. So statistic analysis is a very vast topic. So as a like some student can ask few questions like I'm just B Pharmacy, I'm BSc, I'm MSc, I don't know much about the statistic, so can I do? Can I go for this course? Yes, you can go for this course because this is the statistic analysis that is analysis done by the software. You have to know basic statistic like average of data, minimum value calculation, maximum value calculation. So this is because you know that software is doing that analysis. So you are not doing manually, that is done by the software. So you have to create your own logic, whatever data we are getting, that is correct or not. So these are this type of analysis we are doing in SAS software. Okay. So another there's a if we are learning the SAS, so first of all you have to know the basis. Once your SAS basis is done, post that you can learn advances. Advances, there's another language, this is two language, macro and SQL. So that SAS is complete package. Once you know the basis, if you are thought about basis, then you can learn the macro and SQL language. This is the part of advances. Is it clear?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
So now I'm coming with the pay scale, right? So pay scale not a fixed criteria. If you'll ask me, sometime what happened for freshers? Freshers, they said okay, that's actually a range is there, 2.5 to 8 lakh, right? But average people are getting the salary 2.5 to 6 lakh for fresher. For example, if you are placed in Nova Novartis, they are providing the fresher salary 8 lakh. If you are placed with Parexel, they are providing the more than 6 lakh for fresher package. And sometime in TCS they are giving the 3.5, sometime they are giving the 2.5. So it depend on company, in which company you are placed. So for that purpose, you will get the same according to organization hierarchy, you will get the package. So package is not fixed. This is the range 2.5 to 8. But yes, hardly people are getting the 8 lakh and 7 lakh, but average people they are getting the package 2.5 to 6 lakh. Up now question, experience. Experience means which domain? Are you experienced in clinical SAS or in different? For example, if you are experienced in pharmacovigilance, so company will consider your profile as a fresher because you are experienced, but you are experienced in different domain, not in SAS. So because of that, you will start your package as a fresher. You will get the package as a fresher. Here they will not consider your previous experience. Another question, if you are experienced in clinical SAS, right, or like a SAS, if you are experienced in SAS, or you join your first company with 2.5, or after 2 years you want to change your company. So already in this cases, it depend on interview, in depend on company. So you will get more than double of package. Sometimes candidates are getting the 8 lakh package. They are jumping 2.5 to 8 lakh. 7, 6, it depend on interview, how you have performed in your interview. So because of that, based on the company criteria, you will get the same package. Is it clear? Or any question related to pay scale?
I just want to ask that your pay scale you are saying, but it is depend on the prior education. It varies from the life science students have different, pharma is different, and technical background.
Okay. Uh, so can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, I'm just asking that the pay scale should differ from academic background. Like for the pharmacy, there is a different package, or life science have different package, or any other BTech has different package. Since the criteria it seems looks like this, or like the same to anyone, it doesn't mean any academic background.
No, educational background doesn't matter here. It depends on the company position and hierarchy. So it doesn't mean if you're BSc, if you're MSc, if you're BTech or biostatistician. So it will not differ your package based on your previous qualification.
Okay. But about the experience, as you say, but which experience is counted as someone is there in the clinical research, someone is there in the pharmacovigilance. Is their experience counted?
For that, I will tell one thing, because as you know, like you guys, clinical research, this is all domain related to clinical research. If we say the clinical research, it means pharmacovigilance included here, medical coding including here, and clinical data management. So in that cases, their only SAS experience will be considered as experience. If you are in different domain like a medical coding or for pharmacovigilance, so they will your profile will be considered as a fresher. They will not consider your previous experience, because you are experienced, but you are experienced in different domain that is not useful for organization.
Okay, but in case like someone is they are in the coding, so they know the codings, or anyone is there in the pharmacovigilance, so they have the technical knowledge about the narrative writing, or they have Argus database hands on. So is that beneficial to count experience?
No, they will not consider your previous experience,
Okay, okay, got it.
because you have good knowledge about your subject, but that is part of clinical research. SAS, that is related to coding. If you know the coding, that is different coding, this one is different coding. If you are
Okay,
know, if you have experience related to SAS, that will be considered as experience, otherwise they will not consider previous any other coding or knowledge. That will be helpful, but
okay.
experience will not consider.
Okay, okay. So many students also ask me that can they learn the Java or Python language so that that is better. So can you suggest to add on the knowledge about that languages, or not needed?
For me, like first of all, as a fresher, I will give you one example. If they are going in a bachelor degree, so they are learning the multiple subject, right? And they are
Hmm.
coming with PG, they are specific about few subject. If they are coming with the PhD, then they are specific with particular subject. They can learn, if they want to learn, they want to update the knowledge, they can learn Java and Python, that is up to them. But in industry, first of all, you have to work with one tool. They will not give you like a multiple tool for work. If you have good knowledge, so it will, they, for example, if it is related to SAS data analytic profile, right? So they, for that, if you have good knowledge about Python, if you have good knowledge about Java, if you have good knowledge about SAS, so you have to work only SAS. That knowledge you have for your end, but it will not work in current profile. So as a fresher, multiple tool you have good knowledge, that is up very good. But yes, your career, your work will start with one tool. So you have to be very strong knowledge with that tool.
Okay, got it, got it. Thank you. Yeah, we can move ahead. Yeah.
Next, where you can get the job, right? Means we can say the career opportunity. If you have done your SAS, you can work with IT, CRO, healthcare. Apart from that, multiple that insurance company and banking and this market research organization is there. So you will get job over here. Here I have written the few three domain, but apart from three, you can apply in banking, you can apply in the market research, you can apply in analytic, we can say data analytic organization is there. Also you can work with like some hospitals and some like a different organization, especially they are working with data itself. So after SAS, you have multiple opportunity, multiple domain you can apply over there.
So in case you say the salary, it is same for other domains like in the clinical SAS or in the banking or in another where SAS is used. It is same package for the fresher.
Yes, same package for the fresher. But here I will tell one thing, because you have completed your course. If you're placed as a trainee SAS developer or trainee SAS programmer, right? That time, because it is trainee, as some candidate they are hired as an intern. like a trainee kind of, right? That time your salary will be less. That time you will get like a 15 to 20,000 for 3 months or 6 months. Post that, once you are once you are like a trainee part is removed, then you will get the actual package.
So is there any like training is mandatory in every organization for the first
Yes,
couple of months?
because this is the training, we can say SAS is the skill.
Yes.
Already you have your educational profile, you build your educational profile, but based on that you have to be with particular skill. Based on skill or your based on previous knowledge you will placed in industry, so skill is required because you are specific for searching the job for particular skill. If you don't have that skill, right, then you cannot be placed. So first
Yes.
of all, you have to learn this skill. Post that, once you learn this skill, then you can apply in organization. Depend on your like interest, and depend on your opportunity also, which industry is hiring you first.
Okay. Okay. So, for example, you say that TCS and another Cognizant, Infosys. So, but mostly we saw that the organization like a TCS has very less package for the fresher. For example, in the clinical data management of pharmacovigilance, they are just giving 11 to 12 in the recent hiring, Sigma hiring. So, is that same in the SAS? There is working for the SAS is also available in the TCS.
Not like that, because there's a no comparison with different like a pharmacovigilance and CDM. You know, for that, like I will tell you one thing. Whenever a candidate has completed the course, and sometimes they are hiring the PV candidate in bulk. So what they are doing, they are giving the random salary. In SAS case, like that is completely different, because people are good, like you can get multiple candidate with B pharmacy, you can get multiple candidate with B tech, right? And
Yeah.
that can be different skill. Or for PB, for that, that is a part of medical research, right? If you know your basics, if you know about the clinical research, that is sufficient. In case of the clinical SAS or SAS, normal SAS, in that cases you have to be very very strong about your tool. So that is different skill. So in that cases your salary is always different. For example, in Parexel, if you placed as a trainee, right, initial they will give you 20,000. And I have like knows many candidate. My candidate, they hired with like a Accenture on first package was 4.8, Cognizant 5.5, TCS 3.8. But they didn't hire as a trainee, they hired like a statistical programmer, biostatistician, and like a SAS developer. Her position is different. But here few example like a woodpecker and different company, they hired like as a trainee SAS programmer, trainee SAS developer. What they have done, they paid only 15,000. They said we will see your performance 3 months to 6 months. If you are ready to perform up to mark, up to like a standard, that time we will give you actual salary. So like that market is little bit different, but yes, sometime you can say okay, that fresher got like a biostatistician, statistical programmer, and 4.8 package, right, as a fresher. And few candidate, they said they got only 15,000, right, for 3 months. You have to think that part also.
Okay.
So they will check your knowledge, they will give you training. If you are ready to perform up to up to standard, definitely they will increase your package.
Okay, okay. So even though they are getting little much at the initials, but after completion of the training, definitely their salary will be higher, and that should be the increases at the period of time as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine, fine. So as you say that biostat and so this is different. That biostat and SAS programmers is different job description, or it is come under the same.
Uh, uh, Sometime we see, actually depend on the company. Okay, like for example, SAS programmer. Sometime position they have clinical SAS programmer, SAS programmer. Okay, and statistic like they have statistical programmer, and sometime like a depend programmer analyst, and sometime biostatistician. Profile is same, like it is related to SAS. right? It depends on company hierarchy, which type position, like what exact position they have um, design as a like we can say designation, like a statistical programmer and principal statistical programmer, principal biostatistician, or SAS developer. These all are same, right? But depend on company to company, work is little bit different. For example, like in Cognigen, they were providing the designation junior programmer analyst, but they are working on SAS. Okay, and TCS they are providing the position like a product data associate, but they are also working on SAS. So this kind of position is different company based on the company hierarchy.
Okay. So even clinical data analyst and SAS programmers is almost same, right? The position.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So like for searching jobs, they need to check those designations. Mean they don't get confused about this is something different about the programming. So like the designations, as you say, these are all for the entry level and it is available for the SAS, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
students can search from those as well. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a two kind of certification in SAS. All institute is providing the ISO certificate, and global certificate is like a, it is you have to give the exam to SAS organization. Like we can say in that way, like SAS is the one of the very big company or organization. So what they are doing, they are conducting the exam under that company. So what you have to do, you have to pay them, like you have to pay like $80, and based on that they will give you one voucher, like we can say the form kind of, you have to fill that voucher and you have to take online dates. So according like assigned date you have to give the exam. If you clear that exam, that time they will give you one certificate that is known as a global certification. And so first of all, that for that, first of all you have to know your SAS. You have to learn with any institute that SAS course. Once you know the SAS, then you can go for global SAS certification. So there's a two thing. Institute is providing the ISO certificate, and SAS institute is providing the, so SAS company is providing the global SAS certification. So you have to give the exam to SAS. Once you clear, then they will give you that certificate. Here, I want to tell one thing, because nowadays student are asking this question. Okay, if I am not, if I didn't clear that global certificate, do I get the job in market? Yes, you will get the job, because nowadays like a global certification, ISO certificate, both are like applicable for job. It doesn't mean if you have not clear your global certification, then you will not get the job. So for that, in case of the I will give you one example. If you are if there's a 10 vacancy in TCS, so 100 people are applying for that post. So this is the filter criteria. They said, okay, do one thing. I need 22, 23 pass out candidate. So still, they got 50 candidate, and vacancies only 10. So they said, okay, they have given the another filter criteria. I need only global certificate certification candidate. So there is a like a 25 candidates. So it means it will help, global certification will help you to give the platform for interview. It doesn't mean if you're not clear your certification, so you will not get the job. But yes, if you have clear a global certification, it will always help you in term of package, in term of like you will get placed fast compared to ISO certificate.
Okay. Okay, but what about that the anyone who doesn't have any certification like ISO or global? So any chance for those students?
For that, see, if you don't have that skill, if you have a skill, definitely you will learn somewhere and then you will get the ISO certificate. If you don't know that skill, then how how is it possible to enter in industry, right? Because this is the data analytic tool. So that interview will be your like a complete scenario based. If you know your subject, then you can solve that issue scenarios. If you don't know your subject, then you cannot solve, you cannot that resolve that issues whatever given by the interviewer. So for that cases, like if you learn somewhere, definitely you will get the ISO certificate, right?
Like anyone can any other platform for learning which should be like that should be free on online, any path or any platform you suggest, or ISO is at least they you suggest that at least they have to do the ISO certificate.
See, till now I have seen every candidate has the ISO certificate. I have never seen like without any certificate someone is applying. If they have learned, for example, from Google, from YouTube, right? That is complete information is not available. If you want to learn in this way, that is your certification, your satisfaction is there. I have completed this course. I know everything, but that is not 100% or like a complete subject is available. So that you, for example, if few topic is there, they have given the video for few topics, right? But scenario can be different. Your interview based whenever you are going for any interview, that time they will give you pen and paper. Okay, and then based on the pen and paper, they will give you scenarios, they will give you data, and they will tell you, okay, do one thing, I want output in this way. So can you correct? So in that cases, I think according to my understanding, your theoretical, your programmatical, or your logic, all three will be at same platform. Like if you are good in theory, then you can write a program. If you are good in theory and programming, then you have to know how to create a logic for that data. If you skip any point, that if you are weak in logic, that time it will not work. If you're weak in programming, then it means your theory is not strong. If you are good, not good in theory, you are good in programming, it means you have done copy paste, you have mug up few program, right? But in interview, they will give you the scenario, your data will be different, your scenario will be different, your logic will be different. So in that cases, that all three should be at what one platform. And I think you can learn, right? But it is not possible you will learn that without in few written notes or in few videos. For that you have to know your you have to be very strong about your programming knowledge.
Okay. Okay, fine. So everyone needs to at least have a proper programming language without just saw anything that is apart. Like you have to know from the basic, as you suggest, right? But again, one more thing that students are not like prone to the programming or technical skill because they don't have such background. So how the it is tough for anyone to know or learn the SAS during any certification course.
For that I will tell one thing. um, if you are not aware about any topic, any subject, right, that is difficult for me or for anyone. If you know your subject, if you know complete pattern or knowledge, that time it is easy. So maybe I have done my certification, for me it is very easy. If you have not done, so it is difficult for you, right? So here our training role is start. For that you require training, because you cannot understand each and everything from your end. So here our role is start. So we will train you for that, how you can cope up your programming theory and logic. And I will give you complete data, and also we will give you complete guidance, complete notes, and how you can understand the programming from beginning. Now then you can ask one question, okay, I'm BTech, so I'm very good in programming, right? So you can create your logic, that is easy for you. But in case of the B Pharmacy and BSc, so I will tell you one thing. In case of the programming, according to my understanding, programming there's a kind of pattern. So you have to understand the pattern. Once you can create a logic related to pattern, then it will be very easy for you. So for that, as a trainer, as an institute, as a organization, we will guide you for that complete from beginning to advance. So at the without standing in race, right, you cannot think in this way, how can I win. First of all, you have to be in race, and we have to do practice with us. Then you can say it is very easy for me. And without in a queue, and you cannot say I will get this thing, how. So for that, you have to do whatever we will guide you. You have to do hard work. You have to learn whatever we are explaining in our way.
Okay, okay, got it. So, in one more thing that there are lots of certifications are available, like 3 months, 6 month, or any postgraduate diploma. Like which you suggest to any fresher, which kind of the course, ISO's course, which will be beneficial for them.
So for that, you have to check for how much they are covering, what is your educational background, and how it will help for my education. For example, I told you you told me there's a 6 month, right? You even I have seen last week one that template, and few university they have added the pharmacovigilance course as a 11 month, right? So why I'm telling this example? Because see, for you, some candidate, they have not done any certification, or they have not done any PV courses, but they are placed in market. Some candidate, they have done this course, 3 month course, 1.5 month course, they are placed. Some candidate, they are going for this university course. So ISO certificate is sufficient. You have to understand how much they are covering that topic, and how it is helpful for based on your education. So that is sufficient. So duration doesn't matter. And ISO is ISO. It doesn't mean if I have done 1 month course, then ISO is different. If I have done 1 year course, then ISO is different. ISO is ISO, right?
Got it. Got it. Okay. So, you tell that how to search any institute. So for that reason, we have to check the syllabus, right? Any other criteria like ISO and syllabus, and any other like institutes are so many, and the fees are variables very differently. So what are the prime criterias they can taken into consideration?
For that, I will tell you one thing. It depends. See, that is completely based on the candidate. Because I have seen many candidate in Hyderabad, right? They are providing the training with 10,000 example, okay? But in one batch, 500 candidate is there. So is there any meaning for this training? This is the just satisfaction. I have done the training. So if you are serious about that training, if you are really want to do something different, so you should understand you have to check everything, right? In for example, in 500 candidate, they are providing the training, but what they think, this is a very less fee. So because of that, I joined over here. But this is a wastage of money, right? So in that case, it depends on the candidate what they are looking. Actually, they are checking the fee, they are checking the quality, they are checking the syllabus. It depends on the candidate. As per my opinion, I will tell you one thing. You have to always check the this syllabus, and how that training will help you in term of knowledge, in term of placement, in term of your career growth. That is very important. Otherwise, no need to waste that amount.
Okay, okay, fine. So in you are saying that the training is important. So once they got the training, there is no any additional training required. That is ISO certification, or even if the global certification. So if they qualify for the base SAS, right? So there is no need of any another global or any ISO for the another certificate, right? Base is like sufficient, as you said.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Got it.
So shall I? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
So here, how, which kind of interview rounds and question is there? Interview. So we are going to help you for interview preparations. Here, most of time for fresher, they are taking the aptitude. So in apti, that is like a basic. Whenever you are applying for any government job, and so apti can be related to that questions. Apti can be related to your technical questions. So and sometime that, for example, I have given earlier one example related to TCS. 100 candidate came for 10 vacancies. So at that time, what they are doing, they are just doing the group discussion. So they are checking your communication, and post that if you clear that round, that time they are taking the technical round. It like a technical round means we can say this is related to SAS, all scenarios based, all related to clinical or like a normal data which is used in SAS. So they will check your what you have learned and how you learn, right? And if they are giving the scenario, then we have to give the output according to them. If you clear all round, that time they are taking your HR round for full and final selection and package.
Okay, so the round is completely different again, as you say that this is the technical domain. So how's the technical round? What is there any like task given to them, or any programming given to them, any raw data given? How it works actually?
Yes, they are giving the that raw data, and based on the raw data they are checking, they are just giving the output. They are saying, okay, can you write down the program, I want this output. So you have to create your own logic and programming. They will give you the copy and pen, you have to write down the program.
Okay, okay. So
And some
like SAS has also any updated versions like if there is current version or old likewise?
yes, in case of the SAS, for that, that SAS Studio, SAS Enterprise, that is easily available on the Google, or you can download, you can run the program. But actually, in industry, this is SAS Studio and Enterprise Guide is not using. So for that, there's a few version is there, like a latest version in 9.4 version. So they are using in industry 9.4 version for programming. So we will provide you the training on 9.4.
Okay, so it is sufficient, right?
Yeah, it is sufficient.
Okay, okay. And for now, one more important question from many of the student, right? Like they are applying to many organizations. Somewhere there is an internship provided in another domain. So can internship provided in SAS so that they will get exposure, and what is the procedure to apply for this?
For every company, they have different hierarchy for that internship. For example, in Parexel, right? They are there's a that they are just declaring the opening for internship. So you have to apply. Once you're selected, then you have to give the interviews. So most of company, they are just posting the vacancies for internship for training. So you have to apply over there on LinkedIn or Naukri, or different like a Shine and Found It and all that. Is it clear, or do I need to elaborate more?
No, I just want to ask that, like, how many organizations are there which provide the internship? Means any companies like Parexel, any other organization?
Yeah, Parexel is there, IQPI is there, TCS is there, right? Woodpecker is there, and Protogene is there, and
Okay,
Maril is there, and multiple company they are providing this internship.
okay, okay. So internship is worthful means can they apply for internship or directly applying for job without wasting time or internship? Is this so? What
See,
is your
both are like if you're sitting at home, there's a no any like a good thing, right? So you can apply for both. Whatever opportunity you are getting in market, you have to apply because you will get the good tag. For example, if you hire as a trainee SAS programmer with TCS, so TCS tag is very big. It will always help in future. Once you are trying to jump with one company to another company, that
yeah?
tag will help you.
Okay. Yeah, so it is like any for even in the internship, if there is an opportunity, there is any entrance exam or directly you they can apply and shortlist the resumes and then you
No,
can
no, no. They
like
will take you complete interview. Like they will take you apti. They will take you like maybe that group discussion. They will take you like technical round. Everything will be similar to your main position. So will
okay,
they will take complete your interview. Post that they will give you internship.
okay, fine. So in better even if you don't get any job, you prefer that students can also apply for internship. This is again a way, and it should be like better for actual job also. That internship is better, so you have
So
exposure of the industry, right?
internship doesn't mean like that. That is a position like an intern. So position is there. They will give you package. They will give you. They will pay you, but less, right? And one more thing, they will contract with you for 1 year. They will say, okay, if you are performing good, then that contract will be extended. So
Okay.
in that way, like if you want to change your company, then you can change. Otherwise, they will hire you as a main employee.
Okay. So how many chances are there to become a continue after internship?
Many candidate, for example, even I know few candidate they hired with TCS long back with 15,000. Okay, after 1 year, one person that jump from TCS to Glenmark. Okay, he got package 7 lakh. Okay, and then why he left? He said ki that is very good company. They will give you, they will hire me like a proper employee, but they are offering the package 4 lakh, but he got opportunity with on an average like a 7 lakh, right? So why
Okay.
he will not join? So because of that he jumped. So in some time like you will get the good opportunity, so why will you will be stick with one company, right? If you're looking for stability, then you have to be stick. So this is, you know, your priority. You are looking for stability, you are looking for package, you are looking for something different.
Okay. So, for example, if anyone is joining the industry as a SAS programmer, what should be the steps to grow themselves in that profession and achieve the higher hierarchy in short period of the time? Any?
uh, for that like they will train you based on the project. If they need something different tool, so they will train you for that.
Okay, means any other tool also there which should be alternative to SAS in the future?
See, depend on the which domain you are talking. Like some people are saying Python is like going to replace, right? But I will tell you one thing. How like that is like in clinical domain, it is mandatory software, right? Many software came and went, but it is stick with because this is a mandatory, right? So it cannot be replaced. It depend on the like future, right? So sometimes like Excel, you know, some people are saying, okay, Excel is very powerful. We need Excel, right? Along with SAS. Sometimes they are saying, okay, along with Python, along with this. So it depends on like which kind of your profile is developing. But it is not replaceable because it is a very old software. If you'll check 1966, right, it is still working.
Okay, okay. Fine. So it is like it is a secured again means it is FDA
Yes.
approved and it should be like doing a job with the SAS is definitely worthful and not
Yes.
needed to add any like technical like means they need don't this is the good platform for anyone to learn and join organization, because the students not from the technical background from the far but itself pharma life science can learn the SAS and join the organizations and get a good like job, and in it means the job description is also good as per your view, right?
Yes. Nowadays, just I want to add one more thing. Nowadays, few institute what they are doing along with SAS, they are adding the Python, they are adding the R. Why? Because they want to be different from others. This is the like we can say sales strategies there. But you will get job in one domain. You will work with one tool itself. So if you have learned multiple tools, it is not working. So if for
Okay,
your satisfaction you know this tool, but you will work only one tool. Once you
yeah.
are experienced, that time you want to update yourself, then you have to check your profile, you have to check your requirement, that time then you can update. But at the beginning you know multiple things, so it will not work.
So it again create a confusion, like you are not getting proper knowledge of one domain and multiple knowledge you just get, and that is
Yes.
not good. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So I just like a final. Can you share the tips to our students who is actually fresher, want to do career in the SAS? Some is in the industry. Because of means your point of view, it is general. Because see, there are some packages are low in the production quality control, somewhere in the another departments also, but students are prone to SAS for just packages. They are fascinating that this is a good package job, so I will just have to go. So can you tell, I mean, are you suggesting the SAS to those students who just want to apply for the getting a good package, and they be like successful if they like switch the previous job and learn SAS, and is it happening or is it possible? What is your suggestion?
Yeah, I know many candidate. Even I personally I trained many candidate. They used to work with PV. They used to work with CDM. Even they used to work with like this different sales. Okay, so for that that is one thing is good. If you are looking for good package also, because in just I will tell one example. In last year there was three candidates from PV. Even I have seen whenever they were on weekend batches, Saturday and Sunday, they used to come and they used to open the laptop. Okay, so whenever I am explaining, they are checking again laptop. I asked why. They told me because sometime they used to work on Sunday also. Sometime because client is a different country like a Germany, so they have like for example the UK, so the time zone is different. So they used to report that their boss, so they used to report in that give the complete report at 12 o'clock in evening, right? So just I want to tell one thing, in term of package, SAS is very good in term of quality of life. If you shut down your laptop, boss will not disturb you on Saturday and Sunday, right? One thing is that. Another that scope is good. In other domain you can get easily placed. Here maybe you will struggle little bit, but your package, your term of stability, in term of quality of life, if you want to settle in foreign country, that time you have to clear a global certification and you can jump for that also. So here your life will be completely different. And in terms of stability, like a SAS, that is if you'll see the profile, that is used in multiple organization. Almost 90% organization, almost all organization using the SAS in IT, in healthcare. In that time, multiple opportunities there, so your job is secure and your competition is less. Because sometime what happened, I told you, they have learned the SAS just for their satisfaction, but they don't know about much about the knowledge. So in that case they are in that list. They have done the certification, they have done the ISO certificate, they have learned from this, but actually they have learned that SAS, but are they aware about that good knowledge? Are they aware about that topics? So in that time we can say your competition is something different, and whatever knowledge you have, you are using actually your knowledge. So that will be give you good satisfaction and stability and package, high package, and along with this good life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I hope most of the questions are covered and our viewers have whatever the questions in the fresher mind, even in the experience, will be covered. And like anything last tip you want to give to fresher, and so like in the current scenario, if they are graduate, they are studying pharmacy, or they are doing any job, looking for the SaaS opportunity, the any one or two tips or any something you want to give.
For that, I will tell you one thing. If you are, for example, as a fresher, I have seen most of candidate they are looking for job, but they are not selecting the proper criteria where I want to go. Whatever they are thinking, whatever job I will get, then I will join. Then I will think. After 3 to 4 years, they are thinking, okay, this is not correct field for me. So what happened in that time? That time, that gap is there. If you are experienced in different domain, you know that after 4 years, if you're changing your domain, that time it is considering as a gap. And also that 4 year, for example, in 4 year your package is like a 6 lakh or 8 lakh. That time, or in SAS they want to change the domain. Then we said, okay, this is the SAS. They join and they want to jump. So they, if organization is providing the 2.5, that time big gap, so it is very difficult to cope up that time. And also this is a wastage of time. That see, you earn amount, but here maybe you can earn that good amount, right, compared to that field. And second thing, that you have to start your career from beginning. And what happened if you selected correct field, that time you will grow day by day, but here you have to restart your career. So this is the I observe most of freshers, they are doing this mistake. So you have to be very careful about that. Whatever your qualification is done, so you have to take few time, but you have to be very selective about your career.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a very important tip that you should be precise about your selection, not going only because of that the domain is like very popular or likewise. You have to, your skills are equally important, your interest is equally important, because at the last you are getting job on the basis of your interview, and for that you need to have a technical knowledge. So I hope everyone got that technical knowledge is very important in this domain. So you have to learn these technical skills and information about this. So for that reason, for all the questions, I'm very much thankful for you to that you spare the time and give the very important answers to the questions, because these questions are in the mind of the student because they don't have that exposure of the industry. And I hope this gives them the good direction whether we this is the suitable domain for them and how to grow in that domain. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. So with this discussion, we conclude this session. For more information, in the description, we are sharing the all the information, but we are also providing the certification course. Sorry, it's the course in the SAS. So for that information, we are also providing this and all information given in the description. So you can go with this and ask us if any query. Okay. So we wish you all the best, and thank you for giving time. And in the future also, if anything is needed, we will do same sessions in the future as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you so much. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So thank you everyone. Okay, we'll conclude this session. Thank you.
Okay.